You don't want to throw them out.
Right.
So you may as well just seed them.
Mm. Now, this being a 4x4 garden, we're not talking reaching.
No, we're
There's
not talking
nothing to reach for.
Yeah, we're not talking tons, right? But at the same time, I mean, when the time comes for you to have a bigger garden, you just want to pay attention to your layout. That's all. That's that's the point. Just where you're putting stuff. So the stuff that takes a while to grow, and that takes a while, like cabbage and things like that, you may as well just plant them in the middle, where you're not going to be doing as much.
I think I got to make note that it's now June 1st. So we originally built this in April 22nd. So for a couple of months, I could have had stuff if I wasn't an idiot. But
if you were just more active, it happens.
Yeah.
Gardens are living things. They take work.
Yeah, so I learned the hard way. But I'll try and get more hands-on. Hire somebody else to water it while I'm not here. So that little kid. He tried, really. I don't think he did. I'm lying. He just came in and opened it and closed it to make us happy. You got a lot in that little square foot area.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well,
right?
We don't need the onions to grow huge, right? We just want to grow them. At the same time, you can always come out and pluck off the tops if you want just some green onions. I mean, they've got great flavor as it is, right? Just the onion tops themselves. But these little bulbs will eventually produce onions. And so, when it comes time to harvest them and you dig them up, you got to dry them out a little bit. So I've got some lettuce as well that I wanted to bring out.
Okay, so let us talk about the lettuce.
Let us be friends. So the whole point of this is that just in case I came out and there was
I didn't know that about you, Darren.
Pardon me?
I didn't know that about you.
Yes, it's true. So just in case I came out and there were and the garden was bare, which happened, I'm
not here.
Prepared to bring some extra lettuce that will help get some harvests faster. So I'm just going to plant a few. It's a little dry.
So those are lettuce. These are broccoli. These are lettuce.
Looks a little wilted just because it's dry, but they'll perk up once they get some water into it. So I've also got some spinach. Now, spinach is also a warm or a cool season vegetable, so there's only so much that we're going to get our hands on. So I'm going to plant some seedlings. We'll get a little bit, but what I'm also going to do right after this is sprinkle some seeds around and just stick some seeds in the ground, just to help out with a little bit of an extra crop if we can get some. It's the whole concept of succession planting, right? Making sure that you plant so that you can continue. Now, these two bowls, so they're in the same area, right? So I'll put some spinach right behind the broccoli. What's going to happen is that in the heat, they're just going to scream up and go to seeds. They're going to bolt very, very quickly. The nice part about that, I mean, you can eat these broccoli leaves. They're perfectly good for salad. So even though they're screaming up, if you see any seed pods on them, pick them off. Because that way the plant will continue to put energy into producing seeds, and it'll continue to grow. And so by that, you'll still continue to get more leaves. They're going to get a little bit bitter, but so what? It's still, they're still good.
So your company, just to refresh again, you guys have the program, which is probably my favorite program in the whole wide world. It's Just Add Water.
Yeah, we do have a Just Add Water package where we build a garden, a soup to nuts garden, do a full season of plantings, I'll give you a couple more. We do succession plantings, and we come out every 2 weeks to make sure that the garden's humming along nicely. And so we take care of the succession plantings for you, making sure that your garden's humming along.
Excellent.
We'll get there, Dave. We'll get there. The way that you plant these seeds, you basically stick your fingers in, make some small indentations, in and around, plant, and then start dropping them in. So spinach doesn't matter, right? You're just eating the leaves, so you can put as many seeds as you want per thing, because you're just going to thin them out anyways if you need to, and you're going to eat them up when you can. So I mean, you don't want to be doing more than like maybe 2 or 3 per, which is fine. But you can see here, right? There's, it's fairly obvious that there's 2 or 3 plants growing there, right?
You just watered it one more time,
just to keep it, just to get some of the surface moisture, right? Because it's really hot outside, it's going to dry out a little bit, and plus, since the garden was really dry as it was, it's best to keep a lot of water. And then you want to let it go. You want to water infrequently but deeply. So what you want to make sure is you're getting like maybe 10 minutes, 10 minutes twice a week is better than 2 minutes every day. So what you got to do is make sure the water's getting to the roots. So we've put a lot of seedlings in where it is now, and so basically what you want to do is that you want to jam your finger in and see that the garden is moist at root level. Anywhere where you don't see seedlings, we've got seeds. So we've got some carrots, beets, some peas, and then the dill in the back, and plus some succession planted spinach. And so you want to keep the seeds wet. So if you water every day just the seeds to keep the seeds nice and moist, that's fine, because the seeds aren't very far down, right? Whereas you start to look at the zucchini or the cucumbers, they're going to be a little bit further down, and they're going to continually get further down. So you want to make sure that you keep the seeds nice and moist, and that you're watering frequently. So every couple of days or so, come out, stick your finger in the garden, see how it's doing, and make sure that the water is nice and moist. Okay. Now that you see the seedlings and what's gone in, anything that shows up that's not one of these, pull it out. It's a weed.
Okay.
So I'll be back in a couple of weeks, and we'll carry on from there.
Great. Okay, guys. Well, my garden is coming along. It's pretty small, but you can see we're really jamming a lot in this little bit of space here, because it's square foot gardening. But kind of messed up. So I'm going to try and see if I can stay on top of it this time. I'm home for like almost a week, so I'm going to get out here and do as much as I can. Teach the kid who's going to help me out to actually come out here and water the thing. If he wants to eat around here, he better. So, but it's getting there. This is Dave Hensman for another segment of my gardening portion for the Preparing to Survive project, the food portion of the Preparing to Survive project. And hopefully this time I'll be a little better at growing it, and we'll work from there. All right, guys, take care. Thanks for watching.